Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Today we are trying something that I don't intend to continue very long unless I'm very surprised today. I'm not usually open to these alchemy sets, but today because it is Sunday, and don't worry, this is the only one we're going to be doing unless I love this, and we'll be doing it on Sundays from now on, is Murders at Karlov Manor Alchemy. That's right, this is the alchemized set where they added a few cards, at least one per pack I think, that is an alchemy player. So like this card here, Shove Aside. If you aren't the starting player, you may cast Shove Aside as though it had Flash, and it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Honestly, quite a darn good card. This is mainly going to be kind of like a regular old Karlov Manor draft with just a couple extra alchemized cards. You can see the little sigil symbol there in the corner. Everything else is as usual. If it's different, that card has been changed or added. But look, this is the day we're going to get to try out Ezram because I have passed this card twice and lost to it about 7 times. So we're going to follow up Ezram with a Private Eye, and this might be the easiest blue-white draft we've had, well, ever. If we're looking at the rest of this pack, Undergrowth Recon is unplayable, and a bunch of other garbage. Looks like the person to our right also took the Alchemy card. I don't know what these packs look like, and if there's required to be one alchemy card in every single pack or not. If there is, then our neighbor took the alchemy card out of the last pack, but we are blue-white through and through here. Here's our alchemy card for this pack. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. It perpetually becomes a clue in addition to other types and gains 2 sack draw card. Well, we are playing blue-white today, and I'm just going to force it. I mean, I don't even care at this point. I have Ezram, I have Private Eye. I'm just going to force it. And that's going to be what we're doing, because I'm playing this card. I'm just doing it. So yeah, let's go ahead and take the Jaded Analyst here, and then probably just take Forensic Researcher, which ramps its way right into Ezram. Combo. No alchemized cards here. Tracker, Hotshot Investigator, Dog Walker notably still here. Pretty easy researcher for us. Well, Neighborhood Guardian isn't a detective, but this card is just incredible. It doesn't even need to be a detective to be good. So we're just going to go ahead and take that here. There's a Griffknot Tracker, which is interestingly a detective. Not that we have to have all detectives here, but Private Eye is pretty good with them. But Neighborhood Guardian is too good to pass, so we won't. Seasoned Consultant is a detective. It's also a nice aggressive 2-drop. Furtive Courier, I haven't really liked Furtive Courier, to be honest. Hasn't been that great. So let's just take the 2-drop in Seasoned Consultant. Granite Witness is a detective. Looks like all the alchemy cards are getting snatched up here. And I apologize if you don't really know what most of the alchemized terms mean, like Perpetual and Seek and Conjure and all that kind of stuff, because honestly, neither do I. We're going to learn together. I have a general idea, but if we end up with any alchemy cards in our deck, I'll make sure I know what it does prior to playing with it. But we're going to go ahead and take the Granite Witness here, take the Out Cold here, and the only thing I hope they didn't do is change the text on some of these cards to balance the set. I think they would notify you with a new set symbol if they did that, though, so I'm just going to operate under the assumption that it's not changed until I try to cast this as an instant and it's all of a sudden a sorcery or something. Yeah, Out Cold's too good. I think Jaded Analyst number 2 would be fine. But I think Out Cold is just too good of a card here. We'll take the Auspicious Arrival. Could play it. And here we are playing MKM Alchemy with no alchemy cards. What more could you want? Giving Wizards the old middle finger saying, maybe people don't want this. But you know what? I'm not Wizards. I don't have access to the data behind the scenes. Who knows how many people draft this thing? Could be a ton. Could be the 8 people in this pod. Who knows? But I'm liking where we're at so far. I mean, we basically forced blue-white, and I'm totally fine with it so far. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about rare drafting there, but it's whatever. Alright, our alchemy card is a rare this time. 2 mana, 2/1. When it dies, conjure a card named Ionize or a card named Electrolyze into your hand. So you get a counterspell or a removal spell into your hand. I think we're going to be splashing Tolsimir is what we're going to be doing now. Is that the only alchemy card? Yes, everything else is the same. And we're going to figure out a way to get this into the deck. Because this card is insane. 5 mana 3/2 lifelink comes with a 5/5 trample. And whenever a wolf attacks, if this attacked, target creature blocks that wolf if able. So we need to look for some green fixing here. Here's our alchemy card in this pack. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of a target opponent's library face down. You lose life equal to its mana value. You may look at and play it for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be cast to spend it. It's kind of like a Dark Confidant, a little bit. I think I might just take Crime Stopper Sprite here. I don't think Case of the Ransacked Lab is that good. Sharp-Eyed Rookie is great, but we are much more blue-white, and Detective, Crime Stopper Sprite, I think goes well. Strider is fixing. I just don't think it's very good fixing for this deck. I'm hoping to get a couple of either Surveil tap lands or some of the Evolving Wilds variants. Those are the ways I'm hoping to fix for Tolsimir here. Because remember, we can't dilute our mana base too much, because Ezram is pretty mana intensive in its colors. See, Escape Tunnel is the card I do want, but the question is, can I pass it over Perimeter Enforcer? I don't think I can. We already have 9 detectives. I have to take Perimeter Enforcer. Card's too good in our deck. Wish I could have taken Escape Tunnel in, like, the last pack or something over Crime Stopper Sprite. I probably would have done it over Crime Stopper Sprite. But I can't pass a Perimeter Enforcer now with 9 detectives here. And we don't have to play the Tolsimir. It'd be nice if we were able to pick up the fixing. We could just be straight blue-white. But, yeah. Probably don't want to play Tracker. We could if we had to. Everything else here seems okay. The Arrival is like a maybe, depending on the style of our deck. And I do like everything else. Any alchemized cards here? Relics of the Rubble Belt. Draft a card from its spellbook twice, then put one of those on the battlefield tap. So you get one of each of the signets, it looks like. We could take Dogwalker. We could take Elegant. No, that doesn't really fix. If this was a green-white or a green-blue land, I would take it in a heartbeat. Could take Hotshot Investigators. Strider fixes, but again, I don't think it's the kind of fixing we want. So I just don't really like playing Dogwalker outside of red-white. Plus, it doesn't have detective synergies. I just don't think I'm playing Hotshot Investigators, so I'll take the Dogwalker, but we'll see. See, that's another pack I would have taken in Escape Tunnel. Alright, Alchemy, what you got for me? Choose an instant or sorcery in your hand or graveyard. It perpetually incorporates blue. What is incorporate? A card incorporated this way costs blue more to cast and is blue in addition to its other colors. When you cast it, draw a card, then return multicolored instant or sorcery from a graveyard. That's too much text. I don't feel like reading that. Thinking Cap could be pretty good for us. Public Thoroughfare is not the kind of fixing I want, and neither is Case of the Shattered Pact. Thoroughfare is just not that great, but with 10 detectives, or 8 I guess at this point, we'll probably have more. Thinking Cap is probably a decent little one of. Mystery Key. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you can sack it. If you do, draw 3 cards. Probably not. Not taking the Uneaten Feast. Make your move. Reasonable Doubt. Both are reasonable. pun intended. Guess I'll take my first make your move here. Pride of Wholeclade, that could be fun. Not today though, still no fixing. So I guess I could take a Faith Light to protect my, Private Eye, Ezram. I have liked at least one Faith Light in most of my blue decks, especially ones that are trying to protect high value creatures. You got a Reasonable Doubt, Auspicious Arrival number 2, and Bad Fixing here. I don't think Reasonable Doubt is going to make the cut, but I'm not going to play a Thoroughfare in this deck. I don't care about Tolstomir that much. Alright, I guess a second Thinking Cap. I'm not going to play Conundrum or Behind the Mask here. I don't think I'll play 2 Thinking Caps either, but you never know. Case File Auditor with no cases. Probably not making the cut, but you never know. Maybe we can get some decent cases in the third pack. Good old Bub Smugs here. See, we got the investigators back anyway. Accusation could be playable if we run light on interaction here, and we kind of already have a deck. We have a whole pack left to go. See, the Reasonable Doubt wield as well. Oh my gosh, look how many rares. There's 4 rares in this pack. Did we hit the jackpot? We got the one pack that has 4 rares, and 2 rares and 2 mythics. That's incredible. Conspiracy Unraveler? No. Juggle the Performance. Each player discards a card, or discards their hand, then conjures a duplicate of each of 7 random cards from the library of the player to their right into their hand. The duplicates perpetually gain, you can use any type of mana. Well, we're taking Cryptic Code here pretty easily, but why is this the player to their right? Are they hinting, this is an Alchemy card, which means it's only on Arena. Are they hinting that multiplayer is coming to Arena because of Juggle the Performance? Interesting. Case of the Gateway Express versus Makeshift Binding versus Assemble the Players. This is tough. I do like Case. We have 13 creatures. We have a lot of 3s already. I think I'm actually going to take the Case over the Makeshift Binding. That's close. Both of these are quite good. Ooh, Projector Inspector is absolutely perfect, though. We will be slamming that for our deck. Ooh, this is blue-white. So, enchantment for 2. When it enters the battlefield, make a 2/2 detective. Whenever you sack an artifact, choose a creature card in your hand or a creature you control that perpetually gets +1/+0. So it's a 2-mana 2/2 that with upside. Yeah, that actually seems kind of okay. I mean, is it better than Sprite or Cold Case Cracker? I don't know. But it's a 2-mana 2/2 with upside. Alright, eliminate the impossible. Case of the Market Melee. 1 damage to any target. Damage isn't removed from creatures during cleanup steps. Oh, what are we playing? Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon at this point? 3 or more creatures are damaged. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, it deals... I don't feel like reading that anymore. Ooh, Exit Specialist. That's a card. It's also a detective. We'll take that. There's also On the Job, but we're going to have to make some difficult cuts here. Another Jaded Analyst. I'm not playing Agency Outfitter, even with the Thinking Cap here. Alright, Tolstomir. Sorry, I don't think you made it, but I think we have an insane deck anyway. So I think we'll be fine. Got the Cryptic Coat, the Ezram. I mean, everything's going our way here. Eliminate Reasonable Doubt. I guess I'll take Eliminate. I don't even think I'm playing these Reasonable Doubts. Probably don't need Dramatic. Obviously not Case File. Maybe don't need Make Your Move. I don't think it's a dog walker deck. Got enough 2-drops? Alright, what could wheel here? Well, nothing. I'll go ahead and hate the Galvanize in case we play against one of these players in our pod. It truly is. Only 8 of us are playing. Yeah, this deck is going to be kind of nuts, I think. Maybe I don't want 2 eliminates. I'm just putting every card in here that I know I will play. Double Jaded Analyst. How much investigating do we have? Double Out Cold? Not a ton. Ooh. I could play Assemble the Players. I'll have to look at that in deck building. It's not a card I like, as many of you know. But maybe it works here. We'll have to just check on our creature counts and their power and toughnesses. Ooh, Sprite versus Cracker here? What's our curve look like? I think we could afford another 4-drop, actually. So I'll take the Cracker over the second Sprite. I don't know about these Jaded Analysts, though. And behind the mask. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and build this deck. And I'll see you after our first alchemized deck build. Okay, here's where we ended up after deck building. We've got Cryptic Coat, we've got Ezram, we've got our only alchemy card in the deck, Scour the Scene, which we've got Double Eliminate the Impossible, Auspicious Arrival, Double Out Cold, Cold Case Cracker, all as ways to sacrifice artifacts in the form of clues. We got a Thinking Cap with 13 creatures, 12 of which are detectives. Neighborhood Guardian is not, but I think it's just good enough here anyway. And playing 17 lands because I want to make sure I get to 6 to cast Ezram and hold backup as well. We also have Cryptic Coat. I think it's going to be a pretty darn good deck here. So I'm going to go ahead and see you in game number 1. Okay, we're starting on the draw here in the first game. We've got 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, and our best card in hand. So we'll keep it here. And I gotta keep an eye out for alchemy cards from them that I'm unfamiliar with. I do know Gravestone Strider. Ooh. So this isn't gonna trigger. I think I'm going to play Neighborhood Guardian first, because it will trigger when I play Seasoned Consultant at some point. But if I played Consultant first, then this... Ooh, we've got our first Alchemy card. No! Oh, that's brutal. So they get Ezram, and then when it leaves the battlefield, we get to seek a non-land card with lesser value than Ezram. Okay, well, you won't even let me play with it the one time I get to play with it. Or the one time I actually get to have it in my deck. You won't even let me use it. How annoying. Okay, we'll have to play Ezram in future games then. Barb Servitor. Yeah, plus this thing is a 3/1 flyer, which is just like a problem. Okay, we're just going to out cold here. It's the most mana efficient thing to do. It stops this whole nonsense going on. Their Servitor doesn't get to hit us. Neither does their Observer in the air. Ooh, double suspectingness. Let's get rid of these things here for a couple turns. Oh, got another alchemy card. What do we got? 1 mana 2/1. When it deals combat damage to a creature, if that creature is still in the battlefield, suspect it. It perpetually is suspected. Whenever a suspected creature an opponent controls dies while this is in your graveyard, we lose a life. That's just a lot of text that I didn't feel like I needed to spend the time to read. Let's go ahead and do Consultant. Put it here. I don't think I will because I like my hand here. Same thing here, and then attack like this. Sure. So, if that creature's still in the battlefield, it will not be because it's going to die here, so none of that text matters anymore. I guess this person felt the need to just like jam all the alchemy cards in their deck. Suspicious detonation on the private eye. Yeah, that's unfortunate. This is also unfortunate. Don't really have a way to get rid of this observer, and the Ezram would be on the battlefield by now. That's a good card. So is that. Let's give it here. What do we cloak? Exit specialist. It's pretty busted. Because we can turn that up for 1 and a blue and then bounce something. But I think I'm just going to perimeter enforcer and just hope they don't have enchantment removal. Yeah, I guess they have toxin analysis. Good for them. So does Seek put it on the battlefield? What does it do? Nope, into your hand. Okay. Alright, gotta read our card again. A 2 mana 2/2, whenever you sack an artifact, a creature card in your hand, or creature you control, perpetually gets +2/+0. So let's do this. Or +1/+0, sorry. And then can sack that artifact and then give give something +1/+0 permanently, and then also flip this up and push a ton of damage here. They have Galvanize or something? No, they do have priority. It could just be Gravestone Strider. This thing is suspected, so they're going to draw a card and lose a life if they want to hit us. Okay, go to 6. And then get in with everything, because we have Eliminate the Impossible here. You're currently dead on board. Yeah, there you go. Got something else? And then I guess they're technically still dead. So let's see. Alright, managed to beat all the alchemy cards. And Ezram gone. Alright, we're on the draw here. Don't have a white yet. We do have Granite Witness and Forensic Researcher, though, so we have 3 shots at least a blue land. We are playing 17, and if we find a white in the next 2 turns, we got Neighborhood Guardian on 2, and all that sounds pretty good to me. So that's at least something we can play next turn if we do miss a land drop, or if we don't draw a land here. And we didn't, so we'll go ahead and play it. Meanwhile, they're ramping and we're screwed. Yeah, that is what they call a combo. Darn. Gave ourselves the best chance. I mean, we gave ourselves 3 draws. I think that's still a keep. I still stand by that being a keep, but it's unfortunate. Okay. It was a Vengeful Creeper. They maybe just sack my clue. I guess they know that I'm mana screwed here, so they just didn't want me to try to have another shot at a land. Ugh. That stupid thing again. Guess they have to take the Case of the Gateway Express, otherwise it just kills it, so... They could also take the Researcher in the event that... I mean... Yeah, gotta take the case here. Attack with Sample Collector, make it bigger. No, alright, guess we're just trading then. Go ahead. Take 5. Nope, just 3. Got a 6-drop? Oh, Zoni. That's great. Well, that's unfortunate. So, GG's. Alright, let's start on the draw again. Got Cryptic Coat, Exit Specialist. At least we have our lands this time, so we'll be playing a game of Magic and not a game of watching them cast bombs. Forest, Plains, mismatching. Bothers me. V2 Ghazi Inspector. That's a pretty good draw here. It's a card we can actually cast. God. Hate this thing so much. I guess the only thing we could do is flip this up and try to just make him recast it, because this card is so incredibly good. And I just can't beat it, really. Eavesdropper, yep. Go ahead. I guess I can try this. They can give it +1/+1. I can also just bounce it after they give it double strike or whatever. Yeah, so I make them waste all their mana here. Something else I could do is eliminate the impossible, but then they could sack it, so... Just go ahead and bounce it now. And still struggle to find a way to beat Tristani is the problem. I mean, Cryptic Code is good, it's just... I don't know if it's going to be good enough here. Okay, let's just keep hanging back and taking damage because I can't block these things because they could just give it double strike because how fair is that? And death touch. What is this card? So I have to take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 potentially here. Sure. Go to 4. Oh, yeah. Sure. And another creature, of course. I guess we just... Because they can still give double strike and death touch to anything. So, like, I can't double... I have to, like, quintuple block Tristani or something and hope they also don't have interaction. And then I died everything else. I can't even quintuple block, because look, they give it death touch to give it double strike, and then it kills 4 creatures, and then it's left over and can't kill the other one. The other one can't kill it. So, like, I can't beat Tristani. Even Ezreal doesn't do very much at this point. Because again, double strike and death touch is just like, what do I do about that? Now I gotta deal with it again next turn. Just more creatures here. Alright, that was fun. Alright, let's go first here now. Played against Izoni when we had 2 lands on the battlefield. Played against a turn 3 Tristani, which is impossible to beat if you can't kill it. And this incredible deck might now go 1 and 3. So let's see. Novice Inspector. That's obviously not a great start for us. So, play Neighborhood Guardian. Next turn we disguise the Exit Specialist. Following turn we play Jaded Analyst and flip this up. See if Neighborhood Guardian even survives. I expect a mountain. Nope, no mountain. Perimeter Enforcer. That's a good card. That's also a decent card. So next turn we can play Analyst and also the Case, and then potentially attack with 3 creatures here. Never mind. So 2 lands away from being able to cast Ezram, and the reason you don't want to cast this on 5 is because you want to be able to hold up hexproof. So sure they won't block here. We can hold up Auspicious Arrival on defense, potentially. And just trade it for their Museum Night Watch. Assuming they don't have instant speed kill for the Analyst. But if they have their own trick, we can also undisguise this and bounce the Night Watch here. Oh, they just don't want to do anything. Okay, well then let's just bounce your Night Watch. And we found the 6th land. Alright. Get in here. Trade it off. I don't care about Auspicious Arrival. And then let's see if it does damage for me as it did against me so many times. Alright, it does survive. End the turn. I guess they have to have 2 removal spells for Ezram here. Looks like they don't. Let's do this. Let Analyst attack here. Private Eye. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Let's do Private Eye, still hold up the Ezram ability. And then get on in. Okay, they will chump. We are down to 2. As far as who the killer is. Okay, I guess they'll get our Private Eye here. Yeah. Okay, so clearly their Merfolk is their disguised killer here. We can't block it, obviously. Alright, they'll just get their counters in here now. And then play a Night Watch, yep. Alright, so they are currently dead on board next turn. As long as we attack with Ezram here. Go ahead, and I guess I can flip it up and tap their 4/4. I don't even need to do that. I could actually just wait to see if they play a reach creature or something. So I didn't play Enforcer there because I plan on flipping this up and also holding up the Ezram Hexproof ability. But if they don't play a reach creature, So let's just make him pay ward. And then turn this face up, and I guess now we tap it. Just because it's going to be a 6-powered attacker. And it will die here. And Ezram is good enough. Alright, we did it. We did it, folks! Alright, we're up first with Jaded Analyst into probably Projector Inspector before Cryptic Coat, I think. Because Projector Inspector lets the Analyst attack on 3. Fester Leech. Okay. Do I just trade off Jaded Analyst for a Fester Leech? I think I probably do. It would take their whole turn, and they don't get the mill synergy here. They might not even attack, though. Yeah, it looks like they won't. Because, well, looks like they will attack. Because they had removal. Let's get Inspector going here. I haven't been a big fan of the combat trick. It's just, I don't know, I don't feel like holding up 2 mana very often in this deck. Blue-black control. Let's do this. Play around a counterspell here. And then get on in. And something I can do is just block their Fester Leech and use Eliminate the Impossible after they pump it, which takes most of their turn to do. Alright, got an Alchemy card here. 2 mana, 1/1. Thopters get +2/+0 at the beginning of your upkeep. Conjure a card named Ornithopter. Whoa. That's really good. It's a 0 mana 2/2 flyer? Every turn? And that's an uncommon? What on earth? It's 0 mana. Every turn they get a 2/2 flyer for free. That's wild. Yeah, I should have given it here so they could have blocked and then I could have used Eliminate. Alright, let the stream of 0 mana 2/2 flyers start coming, I guess. This should be like a mythic. Because I can't deal with that is the issue. Okay, something stays tapped now. And it is Projector Inspector. Another Fester Leech. Ugh, come on. Got an island underneath there. I guess we have to start trying to get in somehow. Alright, how about another 0 mana 2/2 flyer? I guess... Oh, come on. This thing can't be blocked, but, I mean... I guess I'll... Okay. That at least makes this a 2-turn clock now. That's not bad, but I think Eliminate might actually be better. It's just cheaper. Oh, I thought I was gonna... So what I could do... And this all hopes that they don't have removal for this next turn. But I could cast Eliminate the Impossible, crack my artifact, put it on this thing, and then it's a 4/2 unblockable, and then they're dead next turn. Which is risky, obviously, but that is a way to kill them. They also don't have great blocks here. Okay, so they're just going to chump with their free creatures, go to 4, and currently be dead on board. So let's see. Alright, we did it. I guess Cryptic Coat was good enough in that case. Okay, we're on the play again. And we're on the draw. Last time we were on the draw when we kept this hand. I'm going to keep it again and unfortunately have the risk of, you know, dropping out of the draft, getting mana screwed. But we do have Neighborhood Guardian, Auspicious Arrival to kind of cycle, and we did it, folks. We did it. We drew the blue. See, if this had happened last time, everything would have been fine. Green-white, Vitu-Ghazi, Inspector. I'm just going to play this thing, trigger my Guardian, attack, and then... No, wait. I do not. I would like to tap down that. Trigger myself on this. There we go. Thank you for checking with me, Arena. And then next turn, I can cast Auspicious Arrival to get through this, as well as play a Jaded Analyst. Or cast Eliminate, which could be good as well, so... Let's just get in. So would I rather use Eliminate or Arrival here? I think I'd rather use... I think I'd rather use Eliminate because Arrival can help us get past the Inspector. Museum Night Watch. At least we got that off the battlefield before it flipped, so that's pretty good. Next turn we could crack the Clue and still hold up Arrival. And then attack with Analyst as well. Another Disguise and no play. Okay. pretty good draw, but... So I can cast the case, get rid of Inspector, attack with everything, and solve the case. They would probably trade, though, but I think that's probably okay. Even if they trade for Neighborhood Guardian, little do they know that we don't have a lot going on with Neighborhood Guardian in our hand. It's not as good as it looks on the board. And it was a Crowd Control Warden. A Killer Among Us. Sure. Okay. Got a combat trick. Can tap some things down. Got some investigation coming. Okay, we have found their sneaky 4/4. Resolves. Don't need to block it. I'm at 20. I can out-cold a couple of things here. And I won't do this just so I can crack it on my turn and attack with the Jaded Analyst here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going to play Cold Case Cracker, and then you'll be dead on board next turn, so... Gotta solve both of these creature problems for you. That doesn't do it, and that is a concession. There we go. Got the win. Starting on the draw here with a pretty good hand. Got Analyst or Consultant on 2. Obviously going to need some lands, but... You know, we always do. Red-white. Okay, here we go. Red-white Gravestone Strider. That's... Sure. Consultant isn't getting in there anytime soon. Oh. Red Light War Leader's Call. Yeah. It's a card. Looks like they forced their way into red-white and had to play a couple of subpar cards because they probably have War Leader's Call and at least one other incredible card in their deck. Inside Source is pretty good. You get 2 pings and 2 buffs. So good for you. Land would be nice. Alright, did you forget you can still attack? Okay. Sure. Go ahead and block it, miss the land drop, and then equip this. I think here, that makes good blocks for us, and then pass. Now we got Arrival and Eliminate up if we need it. Consultant. Attacks is a 4/4. Just taking damage. This is why War Leader's Call is so good. Gonna lose to Boros here. Found the land. Still don't think I can cast anything though. I guess I can out cold now. So let's do this and this. No attacks, that's always good. Guess we'll do this and then hold up Arrival and Eliminate, but we are closer to their creatures untapping now. +2/+0 and Vigilance. Alright, just gonna hope they don't have removal instant speed. Looks like they didn't, so that's good. Land pass. Missed land again. Go ahead. Would have loved to disguise the Granite Witness at some point there. Oh, what is this thing? Offender at Large? It's going to be an 8/6, I suppose. That's what I think it's going to be. Take 8. Hey, that's a pretty good draw. Let's preserve our life total just a little bit here. I guess I could have blocked, but, I mean... Alright, really gotta hope they don't have interaction at this point. I could actually just flip this up and tap that down. Be pretty mana efficient with my turn. Or I could just cast Gateway Express here. We know they don't have interactions, so I'm just going to cast the Gateway Express. Get rid of that thing. And I don't plan on blocking here, so let's gain a life. 1 mana away from Ezram with backup. Disguise, take a damage. It's a close game here. I actually, at one point in this format, had Pack 1, Pick 1 Ezram versus War Leader's Call. And I did take the War Leader's Call because I thought there was a better chance I'd be able to play it. And it did make my deck, it just wasn't a very good deck. They have a trick on the job, maybe? No on the job. We got rid of their consultant. That's good. Land Ezram Agency Chief. Now we have first-hand knowledge as to which card will be better. We're about to find out here. Although this thing, when we're at 9 and they have a War Leader's Call, a disguised creature's usually not great news for us. I mean, it could be anything. I might have to chump just to, like, not die to whatever it is. Exit Specialist on Perimeter Enforcer. Okay, now at least I know what it is. How on earth did they flip that? They flipped that with a Gravestone Strider? Okay. Yeah, that worked. So I can't block this except with Seasoned Consultant here. I guess I could block it with the Granite Witness. I probably would do that. I think I would. Especially now that they're pumping it to a 5/2. I think I've got to block with the Granite Witness. Even though I haven't flipped it and tapped anything yet. Alright, my turn. These are all good things. Let's do this. I'd like to give it lifelink. But that means I can't play Enforcer? That's probably okay, right? So let's give it lifelink here. Go to damage and... I guess I could have equipped Thinking Cap pre-combat, but I think it's okay. Disguise. Sure. Yeah, I mean, these are all good things as well. So I'll give it... Target detective can't be blocked. So I could make things kind of interesting here. So I'm not going to be drawing my second card this turn, though. So let's just give it here. And then give it lifelink again. Let's see if this is something relevant. Kind of, but yeah, that does block. So something I could do is draw a card, give this unblockable, but I'd prefer not to expose it to removal. It's kind of dominating this game right now. Because we're back at 20, so it's very difficult for them to have enough answers. Because we still have 6 more, 12 more life coming our way. Yeah, all right. Ezram, greater than War Leader's Call. You heard it here first. All right, we're up first here. Got Perimeter Enforcer on 2, and that is pretty good to me. And I guess, I don't know which one of these on 3. Coat versus a disguised specialist. Coat makes an unblockable creature. We could put more pressure on them. Specialist could be more mana efficient to flip up at some point, but we'll see. Don't have to make that decision at this moment. Alright, now that they played a blue, I think I'm going to disguise the specialist because I would very much prefer Cryptic Coat to not get countered by Reasonable Doubt. So I'm just going to play around that card and play Specialist here instead. Okay, not too bad. So I could flip this up and hold up Fey Flight. I could cast a Cryptic Coat here. Let's just get Cryptic Coat down. I don't feel like I'm under a ton of pressure at the moment to pressure their life total. So this will never get flipped back up, as it is not a creature card. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this. Bouncing this, getting a trigger, and disguising this here. Hitting for 4, and then Granite Witness can tap down a blocker again. If they want to just hard cast a Fairy Snoop, that's probably not going to go super well for... Never mind, all my creatures are dead. Yeah, there's a board wipe. Got an Out Cold. These are cards I'd like to be drawing. Ugh. Can't do anything about Judith either. Man. Okay. Judith is good. And I guess Case of the Gateway Express is our only out at this point. Make an imp. Yeah, here come all the imps. Guess I'm stacking this thing and then returning Cryptic Coat to my hand. Got an island. Play Inspector, don't loot. And we're going to have to rely on Cryptic Coat's unblockability here to not lose. Rakdos, yeah. Ugh. Okay. Strange decision to target the sprite when the unblockable creature is probably the biggest problem here. They're just going to draw all their cards. Really hope they don't have long goodbye is what I think they might have here. Okay. Oh man, this is brutal. These cards are insane. Why did I bring that back to my hand at this point? Because now they could have discard or something. I'm just dejected at this point. Oh, and it gets lifelink now too. Oh my god, this is just brutal. I just despise this so much. Don't even care about those anymore. All these are just doing everything they need to. Doesn't really matter. We haven't hit a creature off of this Cryptic Coat in like 5 tries, notably. Yeah, again. Like, once again, have not hit a creature. When if we had hit anything with like power and toughness, it... I'm done. Rakdos and Judith when you can't deal with it. Alright, so this was a brutal draft. Went 5-3, but lost to a complete mana screwer we didn't play. Lost to an uncontested Rakdos and Judith. And then we had Cryptic Code and Ezram, which won us some games, but it just feels so bad to lose games like that because, like, there's literally nothing we can do. I could play, like, a perfect game of Magic, and there's nothing I could have done in that situation. So, those are just the brutal games to lose when, like, you want your skill to be able to propel you forward, but wasn't the case in that spot. So, is Alchemy worth it? Probably not. I mean, I didn't really care about any of those cards, and some of them were kind of stupid and too hard to read. So I'm just going to stick with Karlov Manor Premier Draft and go from there. So, thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.